Hello, everyone. Good morning. But this is let's talk about it. But I'm saying good morning to you. Good morning. Mm. Oh, my light. I must have left my light over there somewhere. But I'm saying good morning to you. Good morning. Oh, my God. You know what I just found out about? The Euphrates River drying up. Oh, my God. They were talking about the Euphrates River drying up. And not only were they talking about that, they were talking about how they were hearing voices and sounds from this certain part of the river. Well, drought. I mean, I sit up there and listen to that, and you better believe I got scared. And listening to those sounds and groans and chains and well, uh, and that river drying up, and all those villages and things of the past that they found in the river. They found Babylon. They found, I think, Samaria, and another city or town. And they were referring to the Bible. And when God said He was going to drop the Euphrates River, He was going to let it dry up. I was like, well, maybe it's going to rain again. And then when I heard those sounds, I was, And then people were reading from the Bible, and it was talking about the army from the east, and it's in here in Revelation. I haven't read Revelation in a long time. And the horsemen, and it was talking about how the horsemen were locked down under the Euphrates, and they were saying, I know, right? And they were saying a lot of things that just threw me through a loop. And just seeing that river dried up. And it's a lot of people just dam the river everywhere. But that didn't stop the water from flowing. Now there's none flowing from the sky, and they dammed the river so everybody can't get water. But that stuff they found under the river, I was like, I could not even believe cities. And then it was something written up there that said, if you are reading this, then this river has dried up before. If you are reading this, then you're in trouble or something like that. I never even heard anything about the Euphrates drying up. Uh, but my hypothesis of why it's raining while all those storms are coming is that they were saying that the water, what was it they were saying? They were saying that the tornadoes come from the heat, and hurricanes on the East Coast come from the heat of the desert. Well, let me see how hot is molten lava. Okay. Okay. It's 800 to 1,200 degrees Celsius. Okay. So what I see is this lava is hitting the water. And if those storms come from heat, this lava is producing a lot of heat and a lot of, it goes into the water, magna lava. And so it's producing a lot of heat in the water. And the hurricanes are coming from it. The hurricanes are coming from the molten lava, the storms, the overheating of the water. That's my hypothesis. Hypothesis. That's my hypothesis, y'all. But now we have another problem that nobody discussed. And that is the drying up of the Euphrates. I heard very little about it, and I only heard it on line. And it did show that some newscasters was reporting it. But to actually see the pictures of not only just the let me make sure you hear this. Okay. Of not only just the okay, you know, to see those pictures, and they were saying that there was gold in one part of it. I said the Euphrates comes from it comes from the Garden of Eden. And of course you will find golds. I said they ain't found no diamonds, gold and diamonds and rubies and sapphires and just in the water, but they found plenty of gold. Um Come without money, come without price. There was some gold. Uh, and then that hole in the sky. That hole in the sky. I think it's in I think it's in the South Pole or is it in the North Pole? All right. Okay. It doesn't say if it's in the South Pole or the North Pole. They just talk about it. Who in the world? We never heard about it. No, we haven't. I never heard about no holes in the ozone layer. Is that the only one? Okay, here it is. It's over the North Pole. Okay. If the hole in the ozone layer is over the North Pole, then Russia, Switzerland, that Greenland, I think Greenland, whoever's closest to it, Canada, Greenland, it should be affecting them. Now the hole, I believe, brings nothing but carbon dioxide. And so the cold and the carbon dioxide, because Mars is full of carbon dioxide and cold air. I don't know who's going there because the particles blowing in the air are metal, nickel, and iron. It's not regular particles blowing in the air like we get. It's nickel and iron. And so I was just wondering about that. Nickel and iron blowing in the air. And they're saying they're going there. That stuff hitting your suits or whatever you're going to wear. It's just no joke. There is no oxygen there. I wonder if that's because it's no warmth. I wonder if there's no oxygen because there's no warmth. Now, when I was looking at pictures of Mars, I was looking for writings just like I see in the clouds. Yeah. And that might be off the beaten path for you, but it's not for me because I saw writings in the clouds, and I'm going to show you where I captured it while NASA was up there, and it was letters everywhere. And I figured it's letters everywhere on Mars too, and writings and letters, just like we read a book, ABC. I saw ABC in the clouds, so I figure it's writing on Mars too. I saw faint writings, but I didn't see, carved in stone A, and I saw faint lines. Hi, y'all. Hi. I'm talking about all this stuff that just fascinates my mind. And that Euphrates River drying up, that's just biblical. And those people said they had captured sounds of chains and people groaning, some kind of groaning, but sounds of chains. I don't feel sorry for them. What in the world? No, you don't want to starve, do you? Feel sorry for them at all? Because I know I don't want to starve. And they heard groanings, and I got to read my Bible to try to find out this stuff where they're talking about the rivers, Euphrates. I think that's the first part. He gave me a rod. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, here it is, the seals. I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Now, it's wind blowing now, but I'm trying to. Okay. So long as they don't try to shoot that meteorite out the sky that's coming close to the earth, but it's not going to hit the earth. But we know in time past, meteorites have hit this earth. But what's amazing is that they found gold in the river. And the gold is coming from the Garden of Eden. Just pieces of gold just floating in the river. And people just picking it up. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. We got to prepare ourselves for coming to the Lord. I know I have to. Oh my God. Being out of church over 20 years, all over mental condition just is not good. I have to think about me. And when I pray for you and I pray for me, God strengthens me. Now, I thank the Lord. I hear the fiery darts of Satan, but Jesus Christ, I hear him too. All right. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, a noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So I suppose that's war. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I behold, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, drought and phantom. All right now. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and wine." And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. All right. Okay, people. All right. So the Euphrates have dried up, kind of, sort of. And America is getting plenty of oxygen and water where there was drought. And there's a hole in the atmosphere. There's a hole in the atmosphere, which is going to bring drought. I think it do. I think it bring drought. I'm not sure. I don't know why Euphrates. That's the Middle East. I don't know why the Middle East and Africa is not getting rain because they're not near the hole in the atmosphere that they never told us about. They never told us about that hole in the atmosphere. We're gonna find out some more. They never told us about no hole in the atmosphere. What in the world? Oh my God. So all the Middle East is experiencing drought. I heard Germany hit some. Um, New York hit some. A river had dried up. Man. Now I know there was exploding nuclear weapons in China and there and in America near over there in America over there near Hawaii. And they were exploding nuclear weapons and they were stopping when I was young. So of course they're not scared of this hole in space. And then the textiles, I think that was Russia and China where everything was just some part of Russia, China, where you walk down the street and there's just this all this smoke from different plants, different plants, not plants, but plants, not plants haven't sprung up yet, but I'm waiting for them. And man, I gotta take my sugar medicine. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Ah, Lord. And they had tapings of there was some jail bars and they heard chains and they heard groaning and oh Lord have mercy. And they said that was those four angels right there that I just read about. Don't try to dig them up. Well, nobody releases them but the Lord. I don't know. He releases them, but I think that humanity, man, and they make a whole lot of decisions to follow Satan. That's what I think. The father flesh or power crazed people. But what do you think of all of this? The hole in the sky, the volcano erupting. Now, I don't know if those if it's going to stop erupting by the time the hurricanes come. I can't tell you that. By the time hurricane season comes, and if it do, then we won't have to catch it from both. But if it don't, we will catch it from there and there. Excuse me. And my hypothesis is that volcano erupting is causing all those storms. That's my hypothesis. Okay? That's my hypothesis. No, I'm not a scientist, but I still got a hypothesis. And if it's right, then it comes from Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm not a scientist, but I still have a hypothesis. Right. And people, and I was reading it said that there they said that the oxygen comes from the desert because the desert is hot, but it's not as hot as molten lava. And hurricanes come from the hot desert. That is molten lava going into the water and surely causing a hurricane. That's my hypothesis. Because at first I was just thinking that. But then I said, well, the water, you know, I thought that it was a shore in Africa that is mostly oxygen. The water is oxygen. This is H2O, O2, H1, O3. Some kind of natural oxygen. So I know it has something to do with that over there. But then when I found out about the heat and it's coming out of the desert, then the water going, the molten lava going into the water. Now, do we have another storm coming? And has that mountain erupted again? You know? So I just wanted to talk to you about that today and talk to you about all these things that are happening that are all just causing a lot of distress. And I would have never thought that the Euphrates would dry up. No, I wouldn't. And a lot of drought is going around, is happening on this earth. And I believe it's coming from that hole. I really think it's coming from that hole in space. Of course, God controls everything. Yeah. Jesus Christ, the Almighty, controls everything. But we follow the flesh. He didn't tell us to do that. We do that. We make decisions on our lives and choices and what are we going to do about this and what are we going to do about that, and we follow the flesh. Sometimes we follow the flesh, and in following the flesh we make mistakes, we do things wrong. It's just not wise to do. Let's talk about it. Let's communicate with each other about it. Let's understand what we don't know nothing about. I mean, how many of us know about that hole in the atmosphere? How many of us ever heard of it? All we know is they all jumped up and started saying, we're not doing no more arms race. How can those other leaders just sit there and think that this is some kind of a joke? How do they do that? You know? I mean, it takes a love that you get from the Lord. It takes you to love yourself so you can understand the earth better, how to treat the animals, how to treat each other first, how to treat the animals, how to treat yourself. I said, oh, I'm just lacking everywhere. Dang. But say, Lord, I'd be glad to go back and just be back with you. And I don't know. I just have to pray and rebuke the spirits. Yeah. Mm. Lord have mercy. Just look it up. Look up the Euphrates uh, drying up or something. Euphrates drying up. The Euphrates, uh, something about the Euphrates and drying up and drought. Look it up. And then they were reporting not too long ago about Africa, some parts of Africa being in drought. I believe all that come from that hole in the atmosphere that they never told us about, that they just telling us about. What are we going to do now? And then that leader lining up nuclear weapons. The other leader, Thompson, he power crazy people. He after Taiwan, power crazy people. Those people run around in America, want to rule and run everything. And I got to talk about them too, but not too much. Talk too much about world affairs. And, I just want to talk mostly about the atmosphere and the environment. And, oh my God, they telling us about holding space, a hole in the atmosphere, something we never heard before. And you want to put the people in a panic. I don't know what it was, but they never told us. Never told us before. I don't know what we're going to do about that. How are we going to stop massive drought? And cut your emissions. And we cutting our emissions and they just don't care. They just don't care. All they talk about is just war. And they just don't care. We're doing everything we should do. And they really don't care what they do. I would say fight a good fight. I'm not saying anything gonna happen today. I'm just saying that stuff threw me through a loop. It did that. And then all the kids just sit around, just, drought in Africa, drought in Middle East, drought in Europe, and it was drought in America. It was drought in America. And then, excuse me, that hot water, that molten lava. They did have hurricanes and floods like this. I think Hawaii did. I think years ago, they used to try to prepare us for tsunamis when I was in school and younger. Now, the tsunami, they would show us pictures of tsunamis and prepare us for the tsunamis. And I hope none of them come, but they did. But we didn't get none. We had lots of Indian summers. You just do not think. And then you hear, I know when they talked about the Euphrates drying up, I was looking for a documentary on what they found. And all I get is bits and pieces. And people keep saying they recorded the groans and chains and all of that. And I did in over there when they was digging around for whatever's in the Euphrates. And I listened to it and I did believe it because, it was just one, they said it was only one tape of it. They said that the scientists heard it and left. And they said that the people around the river who have recording devices recorded it. I just don't know. All I know is gold. It's gold. But if they down there, you leave them there. Shoot. Don't dig them up. But they come up when God tell them to. When He let them go, they come out. All right, these angels right here. And I saw the Lamb open one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, a noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So we're still in the era of peace. I said it'd be wars and rumors of wars. But that big war have not been fought yet. And the big war is over Israel. Kind of confusing. But I thank you. I thank God you came to hear me as I talk about what it is I heard that just threw me through a loop. And that was that Euphrates River drying up. All those cities and things that were under the water, which let you know that it was at that level before, but probably not as low. And that was during the time of Rome. And the most eerie thing was the writing on the wall. That I did see that. Warning them that if you could read this message done by somebody from the time of Rome, you're in a danger zone because the river has gotten low. But I would like to say good morning to you, and I have come here to talk about things that is going on this earth, and in space, and on Mars. And we're going to find out what new information they have on the moon. But like I said, they never told us about a hole in space. Some people got like a one-track mind. They mind on one track, they mind on one thing, and one thing only. They don't see nothing around them. And it is something else. It really is. And I just sit there and I kept looking at that and looking at that. I'm still looking at it. Downstairs I am. I want to put the groanies up here. I could go there and let you listen to it. I'll try to find out. All right. We go to YouTube. That is something else. That hole in space. And the fact that those people, they were all just exploding bombs and didn't care about anything. And they still, some of them did, still don't. They're just sitting around talking about war. Some have started war already. Okay, let's see. What am I searching for? See? Okay. Okay. They saying that they were falling angels. I don't need nobody full podcast up here. Um, Let me see if I can get past all that and get to the sound. Here it is. Okay, that's enough of somebody else's video. But you heard it, didn't you? You heard them, whatever that was down there. You hear the angels singing? Not then, but I got angels singing up here. And how in the world they keep from us that there's a hole in space? There's a hole in the ozone layer, but it's okay because we can't do nothing about it. Uh, we can just pray, but we're getting some good oxygen, but it's a high price. Yeah, we're getting some good oxygen from that volcano, but it is a high price because the volcano erupts, and I guess my hypothesis, I guess the hot air, the water heating up, and you know, and then all of a sudden we get these hurricanes from the water heating up. My hypothesis. I hope this podcast don't sound too confusing. I'm talking about the Euphrates. I'm talking about the hole in the atmosphere, drought, where all those hurricanes and floods coming from. Not floods, but hurricanes and windstorms. And but like I said, it went on a long time ago. Hawaii used to have all those. They used to have something out there, hurricanes or something. That was a long time ago, way before I was born, and it stopped. It stopped. But this stuff just threw me through a loop. A hole in space in our atmosphere, and then that river, Euphrates River, drying up, and then they built all these dams on the river. They built about 4 or 5 of them, and now that the water is low, they're keeping it for themselves and not letting any of it come down the river. And found all these towns. God blessed them to find gold, even though the people here is holding the water. And so God blessed them to find gold. And it's a drought in that area. But if the river just flowed the way it's supposed to flow, I don't think it will be that low. It would be low, but not that low. And yeah, and then they said that they don't have no regulations. The countries don't regulate anything. This area do wild farming. They go out there and check the animals and make sure they're okay and make sure we had a good number of crab, a good number of fish. They do that. Let us know if the water's polluted, if it's not polluted. And then you go to the other side of the world and they just use stuff. They don't care about pollutants. They just use stuff till it's gone. Use stuff till it's gone. And hello, people. This is the beginning of my podcast. That's what I like to say to you. This is the beginning of my podcast. And I like to welcome you because I'm getting ready to start my podcast. And I'm going to let's talk about it up there for now. But like, subscribe, tune in to my channel, and share. And thank you for listening to me talk about the troubles of the world. Yeah. I need to read Revelations. I started to write a play about, not a play, but a movie. And I did not finish it. And I really need to read Revelations because I need to read my Bible. So I like to say, good morning and welcome to my podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And you have a good morning and a blessed day. Bye-bye.